Education in Elizabethan England was an essential aspect of society, reflecting the period's growing emphasis on literacy, learning, and social advancement. During this time, education began at home, where children received a basic foundation in essential skills. In many households, especially those of the gentry and wealthier classes, children were taught to read and write by their parents or by private tutors. The focus at this stage was on religious instruction, with the Bible often serving as the primary text, alongside lessons in basic arithmetic and household management for girls. This early education was crucial in preparing children for the more formal schooling that many would later attend. As the importance of education became more widely recognized, a greater number of children began attending school. The first step for many was the petty school, a small, often informal institution where young children, typically between the ages of 5 and 7, were taught the rudiments of reading, writing, and arithmetic. These schools were usually run by a local woman, often in her own home, and provided a basic but essential introduction to formal education. The petty schools served as a stepping stone to more advanced education, particularly for boys, who would then go on to attend grammar school. Grammar schools were more formal and rigorous, catering primarily to boys from wealthier families or those who showed academic promise. These schools focused heavily on Latin, the language of scholarship and administration, and students spent long hours learning grammar, rhetoric, and classical literature. The curriculum was demanding, with students expected to memorize and recite large passages of text, translate Latin into English and vice versa, and study the works of ancient authors like Virgil and Cicero. The grammar school education was designed to prepare boys for university study, for careers in the church, law, or government, or for positions within the administration of estates. During Elizabeth's reign, the number of students attending university also saw an increase. The two main universities in England, Oxford and Cambridge, attracted more students as education became increasingly important for those seeking to enter the professions or rise in social status. University education was primarily the preserve of the elite, but it was also accessible to bright students from less wealthy backgrounds who could secure scholarships or patronage. At university, students continued their studies in the liberal arts, which included subjects such as philosophy, logic, mathematics, and astronomy, alongside a deepening study of classical texts. The universities were also centers of religious and political thought, and many of the era's leading thinkers and statesmen were educated there. The expansion of education during the Elizabethan era reflected broader social changes, including the rise of a more literate and informed populace. The increased availability of schooling and the growth in university attendance contributed to a society that valued knowledge and intellectual achievement. This emphasis on education helped to fuel the cultural and scientific advancements of the period, making education a key component of the Elizabethan Golden Age.